Hey, what's up? This is Scott with Level Up Tuts, and today I'm going to show you how to take our previous CSS experiment where we had the slide over navigation menu, and we're going to turn it into a push over navigation menu. So this menu is actually going to push all of the main content over, and it's going to feel very similar to like what you've probably been used to using your phone. So check it out. We're going to get started. So in the last video, we left it off with being able to completely change our animation, whether it's coming in from the top or bottom, simply by changing this translate X value here. To reset this, I have this set at the original, what we had translate X at -100. That way when it slides in from the left, and we're going to leave it at -100. Now what we're going to do is we're going to delete this main navigation open class because we're not going to be needing this translate. What we're actually going to be doing for this example is pushing over everything. And since the main navigation is going to be positioned just off screen here, when everything is pushed over, our main navigation is going to come into view. So to get this pushover effect that we want, we actually just need a wrapper. We need a div to wrap around everything. So what we can go ahead and do is type period wrapper. If you're using CodePen or Emmet, you can just hit tab, and that's going to create a div for you with the class of wrapper. Now I'm going to take this close div and put it at the end of everything. So this wrapper is going to encompass our entire page. Now I'm going to indent everything like that. So we now have this wrapper class. And what needs to happen with this wrapper class is that this is going to push over everything. So when we have our CSS, let's come back here. I'm going to open this up so it's just CSS here. If I can do that, there we go. Let's come to the bottom here. Okay, so for wrapper, let's add a transform like we had before. So we can say transform translate X, and then in here, let's just say 50% and close it off. So what's funny here is that we moved over everything, but you can see that our navigation is now coming into view. And that's because it was pushed off just directly to the left of our content. So now that we're moving the content and everything else over, you'll see that we have our navigation actually showing up here. And likewise, if we keep moving this to translate it more and more, our navigation is going to slowly come over, but it's not going to come over our content, it's pushing our content out of the way. So this should look familiar but a little bit different because we now have this wrapper that's able to push this. So let's go ahead and set the translate value initially to 0. Now we're going to also have a wrapper dot open, just like we had before, where the transform translate X value is going to be at 100%. Now we're going to give the initial state a transition. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and copy the transition exactly from this one because we're not going to be needing this main navigation transition anymore. This main navigation is always going to be staying -100%. We're just moving its parent over. Cool. So we now have this transition of transform over 6 seconds, and we're pushing everything out of the way. Okay, now with our jQuery, we need to modify this a little bit. Instead of toggling the class open on main navigation, we're now toggling the class on wrapper. So now when the nav toggle is clicked, wrapper is going to get a class of open. When it gets a class of open, it's going to translate 100%, effectively pushing over everything. So let's check this out. It should be working now. I'm going to give this a save and click the toggle. And you can see nice and smooth, it pushed all of our content over. And now how excellent is that? That is just really, it was just incredibly easy. However, you'll notice that we have some weirdness here. You'll notice that there's a scroll bar here. And when I click and drag the scroll bar over all of our sites here, so now we just have this really wide site. So what can we do here? Well, we can actually add another wrapper to the outside of everything and give it a property of overflow hidden. So let's go ahead and do that. We're just going to say outer wrapper, and we're going to wrap absolutely everything, including the other wrapper in this class. I'm going to make sure my indenting is correct there. And now the outer wrapper is simply going to get overflow hidden. Okay, so now when we push open our menu here, we don't have any scroll bars and you can't get over because everything that is not in the window is going to be hidden. Perfect. So we now have this style of pushover navigation. Now, if you're wondering how to get this to come in from the left or right, we would have to change two values this time. So instead of just changing the, let me open the CSS all the way here. Instead of just changing the main navigation, we would have to position the main navigation, because you'll notice if we just change this one to 100%, the main navigation, when we click this, it's just going to be blank. We don't want that. So we would also want to have everything transition over -100%. So if you'll notice, this is sort of an inverse relationship here. You want the content, the thing you have pushed over, to be off the side, and then you're moving everything over. So here we are, it's moving in from the right. Cool, so this is one approach to doing the pushover style navigation. Now there's all sorts of other techniques that we can do to make this type of navigation happen, but it should give you enough to go along just to get the basics of it down. You know that you're translating and pushing things left and right, and then you're transitioning those, and that is what is causing this off-canvas animation style. So as always, this is Scott with Level Up Tuts. If you have any questions or comments, leave a comment in the video below or hit us up at Twitter or Facebook at Level Up Tuts. You can always check out the leveluptuts.com and check out Level Up Pro, which is the subscription service for Level Up Tuts. So with Level Up Pro, you can download the videos, you can have code examples for the CSS experiments, and we're even going through and doing the back catalog to make sure those have code examples. There's a private forum, you get an ad-free experience on leveluptuts.com. There's even a 2-hour SAS Mastery course, which is similar to the SAS videos that I have on Level Up Tuts, but it was made special for the Tuts Plus marketplace, which no longer exists. So now I'm able to bring that to you as part of the Level Up Pro package. So sign up for $8.99 a month or $95 a year, and just check it out. Help support Level Up Tuts with Level Up Pro. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.